You guys, this race was huge today, or yesterday, I guess. It depends on where you're at. It happened kind of like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, where I'm at. But man, it was nuts. I mean, everything else aside, like, my guys did not do good. My guys did abysmal, actually. Hadjar got, what did he get? Like eighth. He got eighth place. Max didn't even finish. His car quit on him. Hadjar almost had to quit too, because his axles locked up, I guess, or his brakes or something. These cars are not good. Like, by all appearances, these cars need to go. Like, everybody's struggling. Yesterday in the sprint, George Russell's just quit in the middle of the race. He still got second. He did a fantastic job. He regained all of the ground he lost. Almost overtook Kimi. Like, he was still doing good despite that, but still, like, these weren't problems that I was seeing last season where the cars were just quitting. But man, it was an exciting race. Like, you had Leclerc and you had Hamilton fighting it out. They were like slinking each other, going back and forth and back and forth. It was crazy when that was happening. And then you had Kimi. He got his, he set, I don't know if it necessarily counts as like a record per se, but like, he's the first Italian in, I think it said 6 years to get the first place or get podium or whatever it was. I'm not sure about the record, but he was the second youngest ever to get first place behind Max, and it was amazing. Like, Hadjar's always going to be my top guy. Obviously, he's my number one. He's my favorite driver. Max is like right behind him. I also really, really like Kimi. He seems like he's a good kid. Even on like the champagne bottle at the end, he wrote like, "Thank you to my family, thank you to my team." It was amazing. Like, he just seems like a good kid. You know what I mean? And Hamilton, I've always really liked Hamilton. He seems like a decent guy as well. He was very happy for Kimi, and the president Toto of Mercedes was like, I think it was yesterday in the sprint, we got first, second, and third, because he still claims Hamilton as one of his guys because they worked together for so long. And that's nice to see, because it's like now they're technically competitors, but he was still going up. He gave Kimi a hug at the end. He was talking to Toto after the finish line, after they crossed the finish line. It seemed like it was all good-natured fun again, and not like, it's still a competition. Obviously, there's obviously still that competitiveness that goes about everything, but it just seemed like everybody was just, despite all the issues, despite the cars all messing up, it seemed like there was just still that camaraderie. It's nice to see. And it was especially nice to at the end have Kimi giving his thanks, and he was getting all emotional and stuff. And you had his teammates, or you had George, you had his team. They're all so happy for him. It didn't look like, I mean, I've seen pictures of George where it looks like he's angry or whatever, but you know, like, it's a snapshot in time. Anything could have happened. I genuinely think like he was happy for Kimi, because it's his first podium, or his first place podium. It's all very, very nice. It's a very nice breath of fresh air to see these kinds of things, because it is exciting. It's exciting to see somebody succeed at something that, especially like last year. I remember last year was the first year that I had actually watched F1, and I remember seeing Kimi racing for the first time. He crashed. It was either his first or second time, I don't remember which one it was, but he actually crashed, and people were saying like, man, he moved up too soon. He's just a kid. Like, they should move him back down and give him some time to grow. And now all of a sudden he's gone from people saying all these things like, I don't know if he's got the legs to stand on, to he is now second place in the standings for the championship. Granted, it's the second week. Like, anything can happen, of course, but he does seem to have a very, very solid start to the season, which is nice. It's good to see that kind of thing happen. Everybody likes an underdog, you know what I mean? It's just a nice thing to have happen, especially when you've got cars breaking down, you've got people crashing. Yesterday in the sprint, Kimi and Hadjar kind of collided a little bit, and I've definitely seen the memes from that. I feel like even with all of that, this is still a huge thing that's happened, and I could not be happier, even though my team didn't do as good as I would have liked them to do, obviously. There was McLaren didn't even race, which is crazy, because they went from last year being, one of them was the champion and then the other one was third place. It's nuts. And now they're not even racing. And like, I was talking to my family about, like, with Max, it's also really like out there. He went from being world champion to he got second place last year to this year, like, his car is just not holding up. And it's not just, I feel like people are probably going to be talking about, like, well, the mechanics need to get this under control and things like that, but it seems like this is every car. And there was also something going around, I don't know how true it is or whatever, but there was, like, I know they're supposed to be going off of both engine and battery now, that even Mercedes, like, their cars have, for the most part, held up, other than, like, the mishaps with Kimi last week and with George's stalling during the sprint yesterday. It seems like, from what I'm hearing, they only get 2 of those batteries. They've already used up one of them. Like, that's going to be a huge issue going down the road, because it's only 2 races in. You know what I mean? There's still all of these races left, even with the 2 that got canceled because of the conflicts going on. And it's going to be an interesting year for sure. Like, just in general, with everything that's going on just out in the world. There's a lot of chaos going on, but also the cars are just not holding up. And you like to see things like Kimi winning. I really liked how that whole environment was. Like, they got his name wrong when he was getting the podium, and everybody, it wasn't like nobody made a huge deal out of it. He just kind of jumped up and was like, "Hey, that's me." That kind of thing, like when he got up on the podium. And it was like, things went wrong. Yes, things went very wrong for a lot of different reasons, and it was still, everybody had a good time. Obviously not the people who couldn't race. Like, I'm sure Max was furious. I've seen the videos of Oscar walking away from, or walking just in general, and he just looks cold fury on his face, which, I mean, I might not be a fan of McLaren or anything, but, like, I still don't like to see that, obviously. Like, I want them to be able to compete. It makes it interesting. So I'm hoping, really genuinely hoping, that all of these car problems get figured out, so that the races can continue and we can continue having fun with them. And it would be way better, obviously, for everybody if these issues got handled. Because then there's going to be discussion, no doubt, at the end, like, would it have resulted in the same thing if the cars had been working properly? Nobody can know for sure, but there's going to be that kind of discourse, and it's kind of sad, because it's going to take away a little bit. Not obviously, it's not going to take away completely from whoever wins the championship, but it is going to have somewhat of an impact. And that's really, it's sad, because everybody's doing their best and everybody's going out there and they've been working so hard to train for this. I'm sure if you are into F1, you've seen their training videos, and of course they get to have fun. You see all of these videos of them, like, having fun, playing games, doing their streaming and things like that. But that's with everybody. Everybody does that kind of thing. It's not like it's an absence of effort. It's just, things are not the best right now with these new cars, and hopefully they do fix it. I have heard a lot of people, myself included, who's like, yeah, it would have just been better if they stuck with last year's cars. There is some good things about these ones, no doubt. Like, that fight with Leclerc and Hamilton probably wouldn't have happened with those old cars, to be quite honest. Like, I think that there are some good things. There's definitely some really good things going on. They just need to figure out what's going on in a big way with all of these issues, because it is impacting the race. And this is not from like a professional standpoint or anything. I'm just a viewer. Like, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a racer of any kind. I drive a Chevy Spark, you know what I'm talking about? I have no authority in this realm whatsoever. I just think it's interesting, and I like to see people having fun in their element. And it seems like for at least Kimi today, he was having a great time, and it showed at the end when he crossed the finish line, and his mechanics were like, "Hey, you did a good job, you won," and he was freaking out on the comms. That was a good exchange. I loved that. That was amazing. And I think that's kind of like what everybody goes there for. Even me with my team doing terrible, like they did not do good at all, I still had a good time. And I feel like that's one of the benefits to this sport is like baseball, football, basketball. You're not having a good time if your team are not doing good. This, like, I am having a fantastic time and my guys are doing terrible. You know what I mean? Like, this is a lot different for me than a lot of sports, and I really hope that like things start getting better for the drivers, because I would really hate, there's a lot of talk about Max leaving. I really don't want him to leave on a low note, because he's done so well for so long. If he does leave, that's his choice. Obviously, I'm really hoping that things improve and he stays, of course, but it is his decision, and he's got a lot of other things going on. He's trying to do these 24-hour races. He's got all kinds of other things that he's dabbling in, like that are being posted on social medias that he could go and do, and he might enjoy those more. I don't know. It seems like he is enjoying that collaboration video that they posted. I think it was last week, where it was like a Mercedes car that was wrapped in Red Bull for that 24-hour race. It looked like it was just him on the phone, you know. If you've seen the video, you know. But it did look like he was genuinely enjoying himself in the build-up for this event, and I would like to see more of that, even if it's outside the F1. But we'll see where everything goes. I think that this race was a really good one, and I don't know if they have one next week. I'll have to double check, but I'm looking forward to whenever it is. I'm definitely liking the way this season is going, even though the cars are kind of messed up, and I can't wait to see where it ends up going. And you guys will just have to let me know, like, who is your racer, how'd they do, what are your thoughts on these new cars. Just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.